Hey, what's up? It's Meezy, and today I just want to relax a little bit. I'm kind of tripping out because with my hair like pushed back, it looks like all my hair is black and it's kind of like taking me back. I just want to be blonde again so bad. But anyway, if you're new here, my name is Meezy, the cutest, smartest, hottest software engineer you will ever meet. And welcome to my channel. We talk about all things technology and software engineering. So go ahead and subscribe if you are into that kind of stuff. And if you're not, just subscribe anyway. You'll still have a good time. Okay, so some of you may already know, but I started a machine learning boot camp. And I'm doing this in conjunction with school. So it's about to be a wild 5 months for me, or how many months are left in the year? Yeah, we'll go with 5. It's about to be a wild 5 months for me. But anyways, I started this machine learning boot camp, and it is run by fourthbrain.ai. If y'all want to look them up, look into it, join future cohorts, go ahead. I don't have a discount code yet, but you know, if enough of y'all sign up, maybe I could get one. Let them know you found them through me. But anyways, I was telling people in my Discord, you know, oh yeah, I'm starting this boot camp, blah, blah, blah. And I told people on Twitter, and they were like, oh, you know, I really want to get into machine learning, but the math is like really taking me out. Or like, I really want to get into machine learning, but like, there's too many boot camps, and I don't know how to choose a boot camp, and blah, blah, blah. So today I'm going to tell y'all how I chose my boot camp, and then in a separate video I'll tell y'all how my experience in fourthbrain.ai has been so far. But yeah, let's just get into how I chose to do fourthbrain.ai, how I chose to do fourthbrain.ai, and why I chose to do a boot camp in general. Okay, so first, the way that I found out about fourthbrain.ai is that I joined a group called Black Women in AI, and I guess they reached out. There was a partnership created between Fourthbrain and Black Women in AI, and they told us about it, and they like gave a scholarship to one of the people in the group. Everybody was allowed to apply for it. I did apply for it, and I didn't get it, you know, hashtag share your rejection. But even during the like scholarship application process, I got to talk to one of the people that worked for the program, and she answered a lot of my questions about the program, and it just made me feel like it made me trust them, and it made it seem like a pretty good program. And so I was like, you know what, even though I didn't get the scholarship, I'm still gonna do it, because if y'all remember from my vision board, I think I only posted it on Instagram, but one of my goals for this year is to become an AI expert, and I know you can't become an expert in that short amount of time, but I've been talking about it for a long time about getting into AI, and basically this is the year that I am doing it. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do this boot camp. Also, when I decided to do the boot camp, I didn't know that I got into Berkeley yet. And so I could have started the boot camp in May, and I would have been done by next month. But I was like, oh, I'll just relax, and you know, because I'm probably not going to get into grad school. And then I'll do Fourthbrain later. But turns out I did get into grad school, so now I'm just going to do both at the same time. So that's how I initially found out about the program. And then, you know, I did research on like different machine learning bootcamp options. And honestly, there's not that many machine learning bootcamps that I found. Like, and if you do find one, it doesn't have actual teachers. And that was a big part of it for me. Self-taught is just not for me. I like to have a teacher. I like to be able to ask questions. I like to interact with people. It makes me feel better if I can just ask somebody that I already know what they're doing, rather than like reading all this content online and then like having to reach out to an expert or something. Like, I'm okay paying people for their time. I'm okay to pay people to teach me something instead of just teaching myself, because even if you go through those courses that are online boot camps, like, you're still teaching yourself at the end of the day. If there's no actual instructor, you're teaching yourself. So that's how I decided to do this boot camp specifically, and why I did a boot camp in general. Self-taught is just not for me. I think I've said it a million times on this channel. Okay, so all that being said, when I told everybody in the Discord that I was doing the boot camp, and people on Twitter, people were like, well, how much does it cost? And this is a very expensive program. It's $6,000. I mean, is it cheaper than getting a full degree? Sure, but in general, like, who just has $6,000 burning a hole in their pocket, ready to give up for boot camp. I don't know. If you are that person, feel free to Venmo me that so I can finish paying for it. And people are like, man, that's a big investment. I agree, it is. And they're like, I wouldn't mind making an investment like that, but I just don't know how to evaluate a boot camp. Well, I didn't either at the time. So here are some steps you can take to evaluate a boot camp. This is not specific to machine learning. You can use this for any type of boot camp. I know a lot of people do coding boot camps, and a lot of the coding boot camps have a lot more clout. So it's a little easier because you at least have people's reviews. But yeah, here we go. This is my general way of evaluating if I'm going to do a course or a boot camp or anything like that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is do research about the thing you're going to boot camp for. So for me, it was machine learning and AI. Now, I knew for a long time that I wanted to do this, and my research started back in, I looked at some of my memories online, like through pictures and stuff, and actually my research started in 2019 at Grace Hopper, but like when I got serious and decided to pursue it, it was started last fall at Grace Hopper. So 2020, it doesn't even feel real, but yeah. My research started back then. That's when I started talking to people that are in the field. It's when I started, you know, just following little accounts that would tweet stuff about AI, like very small things that would kind of ease me into it and give me like some insight and figure out, do I actually want to do this? Because it's easy to say like, yeah, I'm gonna go to boot camp for coding and I'm gonna learn how to be a software engineer and it's gonna be great. And you do that not even knowing about the subject itself. So I would say do a lot of deep research on what you want to do. Also, it will help you figure out if you actually need to go to a boot camp. Like maybe you are the kind of person who can do this self-taught. Maybe the concepts that you already know in your life are easy enough for you to buy a couple of courses on Udemy and learn some stuff and you're good to go, you know? So the initial research of the subject that you want to go to boot camp for is so important because it could either save you thousands of dollars because you don't care about it, save you thousands of dollars because you think you can do this on your own, or it can help you realize that, yeah, I do want to do this and I would like somebody to teach me. After you do your research on it, you are going to make a list of what you want out of a boot camp. So you've done step one, you've done the research, you know you want to go to a boot camp. So now you need to make a list of what you want out of your boot camp. Do you want it to be in real life? How much are you willing to pay for it? Do you have requirements on who you want the teachers to be or what you want their experience to be? Do you want it to be in person? Do you want it to be self-paced? Do you want it to be, do you have a specific subject that it must have that otherwise it won't be worth your money? All those kinds of things. Write down that list, refine it, go over it, make sure it satisfies you. And now you're ready to move on to the next step, which is creating a spreadsheet. I am pretty intense. I've never been relaxed ever. So I make a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of different little organizational things. You're gonna make a spreadsheet where your wants are the names of the columns, and then the rows are gonna be named by the boot camps that you find. So whatever it is, you know, so like I would have like Fourth Brain and Code Academy and Udemy and blah, blah, blah. Those would be my rows. And then my columns would be costs, teachers, how long is it, the dates that course actually happens, the application timeline, stuff like that. Like everything is gonna be in this spreadsheet all together. That's just gonna be my information collecting phase. You know, I'm getting all the details on everything. Once I collect all that information, I'm gonna go through that spreadsheet and I'm gonna say, okay, here are my top three. Like these are the ones where it makes sense. You know, I really liked Apple Bootcamp, but it didn't cover everything that I wanted, but Orange's Bootcamp is looking pretty nice, you know, that kind of thing. So you're just gonna go through your spreadsheet and see what makes sense. Now, if you have a bootcamp that is heavily attended, you are in luck because part of your spreadsheet can be reviews. It doesn't even really need to be a spreadsheet, but you can look it up. Again, a lot of coding bootcamps are gonna have a lot of reviews, and so you could look it up. You could see a lot of students' experiences with Fourth Brain. This is only their 4th class of people going through, the one that I'm in right now, and so I just had to trust them, and like I said, I had conversations with people who run the program, and I felt safe, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But if you are doing any other type of bootcamp, you might have a better experience just looking things up and finding people that have actually attended these programs. So after you do all of that, you should feel safe to make a decision on this bootcamp. You should be ready to be like, yes, I'm gonna go for it. It's worth the money. I'm ready. I'm gonna apply. Hopefully I get in. Or you're gonna be like, yeah, back to the drawing board. We gotta find something else. And so yeah, that's kind of my whole process. That's how I do everything. How long does that actual like research phase take me? It just depends. I can be really intense, so I can get a lot of it done in a week because I just hyper focus on it. But the overall process of, okay, which one am I gonna apply to, that'll take between 2 and 3 weeks. So the entire process, I'll say 2 to 3 weeks. And I will get going on something. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you check out Fourth Brain, please let them know that I sent you. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the machine learning bootcamp that I'm in, and I will answer them in the next video about how my experience in the bootcamp. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.